Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of The Curious Workforce. Most of us, we wait for the right moment to begin something. But our guest today, Saurabh Mishra, he didn't. Fresh out of college, he decided that he wanted to build something. And that decision led to building his startup, EOSys, one of Mumbai's go-to names for websites, apps, and SEOs. Today's episode, we discovered his journey from that moment to where he is now. So, let's begin.
Hi, Saurabh. Welcome to the Curious Workforce. I'm really excited to have this conversation today with you. Actually, I've been meaning to have this conversation since a long time now because you're a founder yourself, and with everything changing in the startup industry, with AI coming in new tools every day, many people, many professionals, many students are confused like, how do they begin? How do they begin their journey as a founder or even just to enable themselves with AI in a better way? When I was reading through your journey, it was very interesting that when you started, there was no concept of AI. You did it all raw, everything, from scratch. And now you've shifted into a space where you enable AI into your working space. So today's conversation, I really wanted to be as raw and as candid as it can be, so that our viewers, all the students out there get a gist of how you have done it. So before we really jump into the conversation, I would really like to introduce yourself, just a bit about your background, how you started, how you're doing right now.
Sure. Firstly, thanks, Celine, for having me. I'm looking forward for this conversation and hoping it helps students or your viewers, wherever they are from, and add value in their lives. So to start off, my name is Saurabh Mishra, and I'm the CEO of EOSys Private Limited. EOSys is a tech company based in Mumbai. We are into custom softwares development, web applications development, ERP implementations, and also search engine optimization. We started way back in 2010, and the technology has shifted considerably since then. We started with simple website development. Now we are deep into AI enablement service. We are a boutique software company, and we believe in building long-term relationship with our clients.
How was your journey like, Saurabh, when you started EOSys? What was your mindset? What did you want to do?
See, I won't give you a glamorous answer. The goal was very clear कि social network movie release हुई थी, and there were few other movies released. And what me and my pals, we decided कि we'll do something of our own. And back then, being a college kid, 2009, 2010, the skill that we had was HTML or web development. So the idea was clear कि okay, we have to go in the market, sell it out to clients, and and we felt that was a real small and real problem back then, or make some quick money out of it, and we stuck to it. The problems evolved. Okay, पहले website was a big problem for people. Then the problem shifted to having a mobile applications, to custom softwares, and off late like AI enablement, and in between there was digital marketing as well. So problems keep on changing. We kept adapting, and the goal was very clear. Key we build a long relationship with our client. We were very much sure of the fact that we don't want to be a company of scale, but a boutique company wherein the clients trust us. And we stuck to that. Even now, if you take a look at our company, 80% or even more than that revenue comes from our existing clients, or their referrals. And these clients have been with us since 8-10 years. So there's a very low chance of people who come inside EOSys of leaving them, because they trust us more than, I would say, development of company became a secondary part, but the whole idea of EOSys was trust building. They have this sincere trust that EOSys will not leave them. We have taken our clients' call in the middle of night, in any of their crisis, key releases, and so on. We stuck to that belief. So that's how the journey was. And you would hear the word trust often from me because I can't emphasize more that this is an integral part of how we have grown.
So, Saurabh, like you said, you just started the journey with your pals in a college. Even I just graduated 3 years ago. I know how the conversations go. Everybody wants to build a startup in college. Everybody has huge ideas. So, that journey from the ideation to actually building something, what were the mistakes that you felt you did? You could have been better in them if you had to reminisce on your journey. If you want to share with us, so that we would be more careful in actually from the ideation to the building process.
Okay, this is interesting. So what happened is, जब college में professors used to teach us about processes, software development lifecycle, SDLC as we call them, we used to find it so boring. Why is he talking about such an obvious thing? But when we started off developing products, we stayed away from that. We started doing it in a very on the go manner. बना दिया जो भी है without clear documentation. We're talking about way back, 15 years back. And when we first fell flat on our face, we realized, oh, we need to stick to the process. There is no way we can bypass the process. And that became the backbone. मतलब हमने धक्का खा के वो सीखा कि you can't skip it. And जो सिखाया जा रहा है SDLC हो या whichever waterfall agile जो भी methodology आप लो, you have to stick to its basic principles. You can't stay away from that. So मैं अक्सर देखता हूँ कई सारे startups जो fail होते हैं is they stay away from the basic processes. While it is very good to experiment, you have to have a check on the percentage of experiment that you do. And another thing which I want to emphasize more on from a startup point of view, you have to solve real problems. So we had the opportunity to work with founders and from different backgrounds. We have a lot of IITians, IIMs, ISB guys who had come to us for development of startup. And to your utter surprise, 95% of the startups failed. Okay. And in fact, that just digressing a bit, that made us realize that we have to get more organizations on board. So right now, EOSys client portfolio, we boast 95% as organizations rather than the startups. Okay. This was a hard lesson, which I'll explain later. But coming back to the point, why 95% of the startups fail? In most of the cases, what I found was they were solving an abstract problem. वो problem exist भी नहीं करती है. It was all in their head. Okay, कि we have to solve this. This will be a niche. If you feel that it's too niche, it can't resonate with too many people, then honestly, it's not an actual problem. Okay, it's a made-up problem. So even if you make a fancy UI and you make a very cool system, it won't help. So that's where I felt most of the people failed. And so assessing and getting the validation for your problem before you start a startup and of your idea before you do a startup is extremely important. And you need to get it validated from multiple people and sources. The another thing is a lot of the startups ka goal tha to raise funding. They felt कि the biggest happiness would be कि हम funds raise करेंगे and we'll take an exit and that's about it. So if you remember back in 2015, 16, 17, there were news of this venture capitalist invested this $1 million, this $1 million, this $1 million, and so on. So a lot of these guys were tempted and they took a plunge in creating their own startup and they failed because their vision was wrong. As a startup founder, your vision has to be very sure that it should solve problem for a long period of time. And you can't look at exit in at a very early stage. You take any successful startup, which are public traded companies, their founders are still with them. Oracle le lo, Elon Musk, Tesla le lo, SpaceX le lo, and so on. They have stuck to their startups for a long time. And that really makes a very big difference. So, yeah.
That's an interesting analogy to how startups are sticking. So my question is that as a founder yourself, when you started it, okay, you started did you know कि इतना बड़ा होने वाला है, or were you like, चलो चालू करके देखते हैं? How was your outlook like?
So if I take my particular use case, we literally did business development going door to door, talking to people, personal network, communication करके जो leads वगैरह मिल पाए, जाके मिले. And when you are talking to them, let's say website का एक case लेता हूँ, and we are talking about website 15-16 years back. So अगर सामने वाला is interested and you have quoted him, let's say 10,000 and he is saying 5,000, it's a validation कि भाई वो लेने को तैयार है. There is a difference in pricing. So there is a clear validation that there is a need there. And then you have to assess it not just by one, but you have to take a sample set of, let's say 10, 12, 15, and you have to see आप कहाँ आके रुकते हो. And one important thing is for any startup, which I feel is it has to make money. भले आप कम पैसा कमाओ, आपका उससे profit जो है वो कम निकले, but it definitely has to make some money over there. And a very important thing in my case and in most of the successful companies cases में आप देखेंगे under commit over deliver करो. So जो first project आपको मिल रहा है, you have to ensure that if you are getting 10,000 offered, you generally give them value of 20,000. So they realize ये काम का बंदा है. So you have to, भले वो IT हो या any other vendor हो, the moment you come in someone's consideration set that ये काम का बंदा ये reliable है, you'll never feel short of projects with you. So this is how I tested out my idea. So in today's world, agar ek new age banda, if they want to test out an AI startup or AI idea, now things are way different than they were back then. Now there are public forums, Quora hai, you can connect to the alumni, talk to them. There are so many mediums and platforms right now, and where they can document ki bhai interest kaisa hai. And one thing you have to be very sure is don't lie to yourself. Because we hota hai na ki it happened with me when I created new verticals also. There are many mistakes I also have done. So one key lesson was numbers or facts don't lie. Don't put something in your head which is not the reality. Okay, कि अरे ये इसको क्या पता है, मुझे ज़्यादा पता है. This is very, no, you have to go by what many people are thinking, and 20% you can add your gut feeling to it.
How did you actually land your first client? आप कैसे, what methods you used to land your first client? And also with the first client, what was your first profit like? Like not probably with that particular client, but how much time did it take for you? Like the patience that it took for you to actually see your profit.
Okay. So, like I said, back then हमने realize किया कि skill set क्या है. We had the skills of web development because हमें third year में HTML, CSS आ गए थे. And we realized not many companies in India had the knowledge of, had the websites. So आज आप देखेंगे एक salon की भी website है. But back then, for even prestigious businesses to have a website was like a big vanity, big evaluation. So we just went there and started meeting people. कोई brother का कोई friend है, किसी को हमने cold calling किया, बहुत लोग को cold calling किया. Our colleges in Vashi, where we graduated from, तो वहाँ जो prominent businesses हमें दिखते थे, उनको जाके visit किया. And young boys, हम 20 years के थे जब गए उसमें, and जाके बोलते थे कि we make websites. So लोगों का question होता है website से करेंगे क्या? What will happen? Then we had to show some value addition कि your business will stand out and all that. And then we had to quote them a genuinely low price. Because क्या होता है जो आपकी starting के 10 customers होते हैं ना, जैसे लोग बोलते हैं तुमने किसके लिए काम किया है. Now we have dozens of customers in our portfolio, case study बना के रखी website पे. But पहले तो कुछ भी नहीं था. So you have to first sell yourself. You have to sell your integrity. You have to say that, okay, मैं आपके लिए मेहनत करूंगा. I'm not gonna go away. You have to compromise कि आप मुझे अभी इतना ही दीजिए, बाकी का बाद में जब आप खुश होंगे तब दीजिए. So that's when you have to, sell yourself first. कि आप कर सकते हो. Then they build a trust. Then getting your 5th, 6th, 7th client becomes much easier. You can give references. अरे आप उनको जानते हो ना? We have made the website for them, and they like, yeah, I know how they are, and they rely कि उस बंदे ने भी इसको validate किया रहेगा. Then the business becomes slightly easier. So initially margins were less, and also another thing, I'm slightly digressing from the topic, is for every startup founder out there, don't compare yourself to your peer. You might be seeing them putting a fancy Instagram story or a LinkedIn post of them visiting fancy locations and all that. For 8-10 years, you have to fight within yourself, right? Ki you have to curb the thought ki, okay, your line of growth is different than theirs. नहीं तो आपको क्या होता है, देखो आप कमा रहे हो लेट्स से 10-20,000, एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ, जस्ट पुटिंग नंबर्स, आपका दोस्त कमा रहा है 40-50,000, इट गोज इन योर हेड, यार आर यू डूइंग द राइट थिंग, एंड देन द सोशल प्रेशर इन इंडिया, back then, now it's slightly open compared to back then, but पहले resistance from the society was even more for startups, especially अगर तेरे यार क्यों waste करना है. The idea was very clear, engineering MBA and you're settled, right? But you have to break that. You have to believe in yourself, fight your thoughts, and honestly, the rewards are disproportionate. If you stick to your story, you will end up getting disproportionate rewards. So coming back to this particular story, तो आपको clients के साथ trust build करना है, and then often I get asked कि okay आपने ये किया, आपने टाटा बिरला को कैसे बेचा, आपने ये listed company को कैसे solution बेचा. Honestly, there was no miracle in that. I'll give you a very simple formula. People sell people. ओके तो जो बंदा आज ये कंपनी में एक फलाना डेजिग्नेशन में, वो कल दूसरी कंपनी में प्रमोट होगा, एंड इफ यू जेन्युइनली हेल्प हिम, एडेड वैल्यू टू हिम, एंड ही नोज दैट ये काम का बंदा है, दे विल रेफर यू टू द न्यू कंपनी एज वेल. So it's very simple, very simple. You don't have to go out there in a fancy suit and tie and try to, bring them in by giving them some unrealistic commitments. These all companies are backed by people. And if those people trust you, you can get any company as your client. It's not a big deal, really.
Interesting concept. Like हमारा assumption होता है कि एक brief case, like we've seen movies, हम fantasize करते हैं brief case लेके लोग as sales person जाते हैं suit and all डाल के, but to hear the ground reality, which is much different, is interesting. It's a fresh take on things. So like you said, पहले के ज़माने में you had to do so many things, like 4-5 years down before. You had to do like cold calling, you had to go down there, startup was a different thing. But अब the biggest factor that has come in is AI, ये change कैसा है? How have you shifted?
So सबसे बड़ी बात होती है किसी भी कंपनी में is that they have to continuously evolve. If you stay stagnant, you are dead. So when we started, जैसे HTML CSS से वेबसाइट बना रहे थे, फिर हमने सीखा WordPress, which is a CMS platform. फिर हमने सीखा Shopify. So we continuously upgraded ourselves. If I were to talk from mobile apps development point of view, पहले हम Ionic में बनाते थे, फिर उसके बाद हम Flutter में बना रहे, अब React Native में बना रहे. So हमने हर टेक वाइज अपने आप को रेगुलरली अपग्रेड किया, और ये अपग्रेड जो होता है, I'll give you a formula for it. It has to happen from top to down. आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि मेरा कलीग अपग्रेड कर लेगा, योर्स अपग्रेड हो गई. नहीं, आपको खुद एज अ डायरेक्टर, एज अ सीईओ, आपको खुद पहले एम्ब्रेस करना. आपको ये देखना है क्या हो सकता है. यू हैव टू बर्न द नाइट कैंडल, लर्न अबाउट इट, गेट इन एंड आउट. यूट्यूब वीडियोज हैं, प्रेस रिलीजेस होते हैं, डॉक्यूमेंट्स होते हैं, पढ़ो, और एक आंख खुली रखो कि यार क्या हो सकता है, कब मुझे इसमें शिफ्ट करना, और धीरे धीरे उसका प्लान बनाना है. सो व्हेन एआई केम इन, आई थिंक मेन स्टेप तब हुआ जब ChatGPT सैम ऑल्टमैन ने पब्लिक के लिए रिलीज किया. दैट्स व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड सीइंग इट्स इफेक्ट्स. सो वी न्यू दैट ये मशीन को कोडिंग सीखना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, ओवर द कोर्स ऑफ टाइम ये सीख लेगा. नाउ इंस्टेड ऑफ पैनिकिंग, लोगों के मन में एक थॉट है कि AI jobs ले लेगा. No, I think people are gonna remain way valuable. Okay, in fact, their value is gonna increase drastically. I can explain that later on. It's about how you embrace that on a day-to-day basis. The level of singularity, as we call it, is years ahead. यानी AI सब खुद कर लेगा, समझ लेगा and all that. You still have to steer it for a very long period of time. And भले आपने एक चीज इनोवेट कर दिया, आपके लोअर लेवल तक जाने के लिए पेनिट्रेटिंग एज कंपनी कैन टेक डेकेड्स, राइट. अभी हम जो AI का यूज कर रहे हैं एज नॉर्मल पब्लिक, मैक्सिमम यूज केसेस, वी हैव डन सर्वेज ऑफ डजन्स ऑफ कंपनी, एंड मैक्सिमम उनके रिसोर्स जो AI को यूज करते हैं वो ईमेल ड्राफ्टिंग वगैरह के लिए करता है, राइट. पीपल आर नॉट इवन अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि फाइल्स को एनालिसिस कैसे कर पाते हैं हम उससे. AI से आप टूल कैसे क्रिएट कर सकते हो, खुद को सिखा कैसे सकते हो इन एन इंटरेक्टिव वे, दैट इज रियली फार अवे. So what we did was, हम लोग ने ये सोचा कि पहले हम प्रोजेक्ट इन हाउस करते हैं, एंड दिस इज ट्रू फॉर एनी सर्विस दैट वी रिलीज. हमने SEO सर्विस रिलीज किया, सबसे पहले EOSIS, खुद EOSIS का क्लाइंट बना, कि पहले हमने खुद को वैल्यू दिया. सो अ ईयर बैक और सो वी यूज टू बी पावर्ड बाय जोहो प्रोजेक्ट्स. हम लोगों ने वो पूरा चेंज किया. वी ब्रॉट आवर ओन टूल बाय द नेम ऑफ नोवा. एंड नोवा का आइडिया ये था कि इट इज अ प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट इन हाउस टूल, बट many workflows inside Nova are powered by AI. एंड देयर इज अ क्लियर रोड मैप कि क्या क्या चीजें हम एआई से उसमें इंटीग्रेट कर पाएंगे. सो जैसे हम एसईओ करते हैं, एसईओ में देयर आर मेनी एक्टिविटीज दैट अ एसईओ प्रोफेशनल हैज टू डू ऑन अ डे टू डे बेसिस, repetitive task which we feel AI can assist him and it could be done in a very clean way. So जब हम लोग को ये इंटीग्रेट करके हम लोग को खुद सक्सेस मिली, वी डिड आवर ओन पायलट प्रोजेक्ट. एक तो नोवा था, एक दूसरे इन हाउस टूल्स हमने बनाए. वी रियलाइज ओके नाउ वी आर रेडी टू शिप AI assisted development to our clients. That's when we start going out to people and saying, ki, okay, your cost of development is going to go down at least 20% down, 15% down, 30% down, depending on use case. And yeah, people adapt, people embraced it. We are still in active talks with multiple companies. In fact, this has been a great year from a development point of view. Many pundits had predicted ki, okay, development come hoga, but I feel the entire market is most stimulated to build their own systems and shun the SaaS startups, and build their own custom ecosystems.
It's nice to know, but when you say build their own systems, like you had a team, okay, आपने eventually step by step, जैसे आपने बोला, you took it in a very iterative manner probably, or in a slow manner. So if you had to explain to someone like a fresher कि तुम्हें ये build करना है, so how would you put it? Like how would you guide them towards it?
We are living in very interesting and great time, I would say. और मैं without giving a theoretical answer, मैं आपको practically बताता हूँ. आपकी जो भी क्वेश्चन है, आप चैट जीपीटी, क्लॉड, जेमिनाई वगैरह से बात कर सकते हैं, बट सबसे पहले प्रोजेक्ट से स्टार्ट करते हैं. ये क्या प्रोजेक्ट करें? मैं मेरा एक एग्जांपल लेता हूँ. लास्ट ईयर से मैंने पिकल बॉल खेलना स्टार्ट किया, राइट? एंड वी हैव अ बंच ऑफ डजन्स ऑफ फ्रेंड्स हु गो हैंग आउट टुगेदर, पिकल बॉल खेलते हैं. आई रियलाइज्ड स्प्लिटिंग द मनी आफ्टर पिकल बॉल गेम वाज अ बिग हेडेक. सब राउंड फिगर देते थे, ये लो भाई 500 ले लो, ये लो. अब उसको बैठ के गूगल पे करो, and then you have balls coming in between, and then you have to split money. It was a nightmare. So I realized कि यार एक काम क्यों नहीं करते हैं, अपन इसके लिए कुछ सिस्टम बनाते हैं. And I did it without my team. So just to give a context, मैं 8-10 years से कोडिंग नहीं के बराबर करता हूँ. I participate in architecture, building and all because I'm consumed in other tasks. But I decided यार ये मैं खुद बनाऊंगा, and I want to test it out myself. So I created an architecture myself like I did, and I started interacting with AI. And though I could have done it in Python myself, मैं जानबूझ के वाइब कोडिंग किया, देखने के लिए कि कहाँ इसकी फ्लॉ है, कहाँ ये विन करता है, एंड सो ऑन. एंड टू अटर सरप्राइज इट केम आउट रियली नाइस. इट टुक मी 4-5 days, तोड़ के, not continuous, to build it. And I immediately rolled it out to my friends. Right now, it powers 41 people of our group. And they all love it. जैसे एक सेशन होता है हमारा, अमाउंट इक्वली स्प्लिट हो जाती है, ईमेल नोटिफिकेशन जाता है, वो लॉग इन करते हैं, उनको लेजर दिखता है, लेजर यानी कि किसका कितना एंट्री था एंड ऑल दैट. अगर कोई इवेंट हो रहा है वो दिखता है, एंड दे आर हैप्पी. सो आई एम गिविंग यू अ वेरी क्लीन एग्जाम्पल. आप कैसे यूज कर सकते हो. नाउ इमेजिन आप घर पे हो एंड यू वांट टू मेक अ वार्डरोब ऑर्गेनाइजर. जरूरी नहीं कि आपका प्रोजेक्ट, व्हेन वी से प्रोजेक्ट, देखो कुछ प्रोजेक्ट आप क्लाइंट के लिए करते हो, कुछ खुद को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए भी करते हो. आप ये कर लो, वार्डरोब ऑर्गेनाइजर हो गया, घर की रूटीन के लिए टास्क मैनेजमेंट हो गया, एज अ फैमिली आप रह रहे हो, इससे ना आपकी स्किल शार्प होगी. सो यहाँ जो आइडिया ऑफ वैलिडेशन था मेरे लिए, ये 41 जो मेरे साथ के फ्रेंड्स एंड दोस्त हैं, इन लोग के साथ मेरा वो आइडिया भी वैलिडेट हो गया. दे अप्रिशिएटेड इट and I learned something new, and I said चलो और इसको स्केल कर सकते हैं. तो to all the viewers of yours out there, just look at the challenge. आपकी अगर एक सोसाइटी में रह रहे हो, सोसाइटी के कितने डिस्कशंस होते हैं, कॉस्ट को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते हैं, माई गेट करके ऐप कई लोग यूज करते हैं. आप एक अपना छोटा क्लोन बना लीजिए ना, या आप अपनी सोसाइटी के लिए एक ऐसा ऐप बना दो कि सेकेंड हैंड प्रोडक्ट्स उसमें आप ट्रेड कर पाओ. विच इज, अगर मान लो उस ऐप में ये पोर्टल में सिर्फ 5-10 यूजर भी आए, दैट्स इट. एटलीस्ट आपका कॉन्सेप्ट तो टेस्ट हो रहा है, आपकी स्किल तो इम्प्रोवाइज हो रही है. एंड कहीं भी अटक रहे हो, वी आर इन दैट टाइम, आप सीरियस स्क्रीनशॉट लो, एआई को डालो और पूछो, बात करो. पीपल हैव बिकम, द प्रॉब्लम इज पीपल हैव बिकम स्लाइटली लेजी. पहले मैं जब ड्राइव कर रहा था, आई यूज्ड टू लिसन टू सॉन्ग्स. I used to listen to podcast, a lot of geopolitical podcast on YouTube. अभी मैं most of the time क्लॉड या चैट जीपीटी को वॉइस मोड में लगा लिया एंड आई टॉक एनी डैम कॉन्सेप्ट कि अरे ये क्या था एंड आई कैन मूव टू एनी पॉइंट, मुझे ये कॉन्सेप्ट बताओ ना यार जरा, ये क्या चल रहा है ये. तो यू हैव अ पर्सन हु can talk to you in the language you understand, can explain you the concept in a way that you would understand. So, sky is the limit what you can do right now.
Sort of, the idea was amazing, like you said about how to just pick a small concept in everyday life and build something on it. That is something that we should be able to enforce in ourselves. Now you said you listen to Claude, you listen to ChatGPT in voice mode. So that is a kind of AI enablement that you've used in your personal life. But when it comes to your professional life, talking a little bit about EOS's now, your company, how have you helped other companies, your clients, to become AI enabled in EOS?
Okay. So the blueprint is key. We shadow them, we talk to them, interview them. We try to understand what are their repetitive tasks, where the decisions are getting delayed, where time वो ज़्यादा ले रहे हैं. And then we simply plug AI into it. But there's a catch. Ki, we rely heavily on AI training of the development that we do. Because I and my partner, we sincerely believe that tools don't fail, adoption fails. लोग adopt नहीं कर पाते हैं companies में. You get resistance, right? So that's why we do that AI training a lot. And what we sincerely believe is कि लोगों को fancy dashboard AI का दे दिया आपने या कुछ new चीज बना के दे दिया, that won't change them. You have to cultivate AI habits. So whenever they start doing a particular task, it could be anything. They have to first think, yeah, क्या मैं वो AI ला सकता हूँ इसमें, okay? But for companies, we make tools which simplifies their workflows, processes, जिसमें AI add करते हैं, जिसमें automation आता है, number of resources कम लगते हैं, number of time जो लगता है वो कम लग पाता है. And there are numerous cases over here. कई cases में clients को एक report बनाने में hours लगते थे. एक ऐसी company जिनके 6 sales वाले हैं, 12 accounts वाले हैं. There was something inherently wrong. So we understood the problem. We created automations there, integrated it with their WhatsApp and other inbuilt platform, and using the power of AI, help the company increase their efficiency and productivity. Now they are on an average saving 184 man hours every week. Because of the implementation across the organization of 85 people. So yeah, that's the power of AI enablement service.
It's crazy to hear the kind of power that it holds. You must be hiring a lot of interns, a lot of employees right now. Do you see a shift when you mentioned that, AI is making us lazy in some aspects? Because पहले ऐसा होता था कि foundation build करना important था. अब you can just chat GPT it or Claude it and you will get the answer. Have you seen the shift in your, like, I'm deviating a little bit from the older conversation because it's very interesting to know कि पहले जब interviews देते थे, they might know the basics, but अब they will tell big things, but do they actually know it? How do you differentiate that now in the employees that you're taking?
What I really love about my colleagues is their clarity of thoughts. आप lazy हो, the whole idea, I think Ilan had mentioned, after a particular number of years, हम इंसानों को बहुत कम करना पड़ेगा. We'll get some kind of a stipend or payment from government to just survive. So what will still remain relevant is our clarity of thoughts, is our ability to identify problem and interact with AI in a very clean and efficient manner. So even if it's an intern or my existing colleague, if he or she is able to articulate a problem properly, have an iterative conversation with AI and derive a solution, that's a big winner. And I feel a lot of people nowadays are too lazy to even give AI a proper prompt. They are expecting too much of AI with very little context. So you need to really explain AI in depth, have detailed description, understand the concept of memory of AI, what is the context and so on. वो AI आपको बहुत अच्छे से shadow कर पाएगा. I keep my AI tab always open, and person AI knows what kind of a profile I have, and it gives answer that suits my need properly.
Interesting. I think ये बना तो दिया है थोड़ा
lazy AI-ness of because I went to college the other day and so we are from the same college. To all our viewers, yeah, he's my senior. So I spoke to our principal. I spoke to a couple of teachers, and some were like, the students are not focusing on the foundations anymore. Matlab, they know that ChatGPT will give them the answer and all. So this switch, I think this mentality has to somewhere change. Do you think it has to change, or do you think it's a good thing that they're doing it?
Absolutely. You still have to understand the basics very clear. You can't skip the classes. You have to have a. So for my kid, if I were to talk from my kid point of view, I'm more focused for him to get very good with English or any language, but clarity of communication and mathematics and physics. Because ये तीन चीजें is a deadly combination if you can have them. And then you can apply it to anything. You can apply to quantum physics, anything. Sky's the limit. And AI can help you if you're able to articulate and then reason with it much better.
So, sort of getting up to the next question, and the most important question as to why we started the Curious Workforce in the first place is to educate the younger generations and the professionals out there with something that people existing in the industry are already doing and how they're doing it. So, if you wanted to give the right tools and the right advice to someone who are just starting off or are in the middle of a transition in their journey, someone, a middle-aged professional was transitioning, what advice and what are the tools you would suggest to them, right?
See, if I purely talk from an AI point of view, then any tool, Claude or ChatGPT, any one of them, free version does an excellent job. And if you are a young guy, even the middle-aged guy, you just pick up whatever interests you. It could be anything. You need to be very good at that and just add the layer of AI on top of it. You basically your AI fluency. So if, let's say you're good in accounting, just see how you can increase your efficiency, add up your skill set by adding ChatGPT to crunch the numbers or create a much better analysis of the numbers of the data and present it to your employer or wherever, whoever you report to. So that way you can really take the skill up. But one thing is very sure, you have to be passionate for one particular thing. It could be manufacturing, it could be accounting, it could be admin, HR, anything. First, you need to excel at it. Now, there are 2 or 3 ways to do that. One, the traditional old school way is to read number books, which are good in that field. Or if you're too lazy to do that right now and you have the liberty, you can talk to AI, right? So you can simply say, teach me the best teachings of Seth Godin or Robert Kiyosaki. And you just take the extract from it, keep on asking questions, create projects in AI tool and build up your skill set. And then ask AI only question, what can I do to add more efficiency in whatever I'm doing? And yeah, you'll excel right there.
Thank you, Saurabh. I think that's an excellent advice for everyone. And we also understood by everything that you said, the deeper meaning of how to use AI rather than just enabling AI ourselves. So to conclude this entire podcast, I just have a small, quick 2-minute rapid fire that I want to do. You will have to select which one out of it and just give one sentence as to why. AI is a bubble or a revolution?
Revolution. Bubble for the apps which are released in between, but revolution in general.
MBA in 2030?
Not necessary. Only use case I see is networking and building good communication skills. Except from that, nothing.
Coding is mandatory anymore?
No, but bits and pieces. No, yeah, no, very sure, no.
Okay. Best tool in AI?
At this point of time, I'll stick to Claude.
Okay. Most overhyped tool right now, or a most overhyped trend right
now? I don't know. Avatars or voice AI, text to voice. I think it's slightly overhyped. Yeah.
One skill that never goes obsolete?
Problem solving. Absolutely, problem solving. So you have to have a keen eye to identify problem and have some sort of solution in place, then use AI or any other means to achieve it.
One habit to quit right now, like just leave it.
I think Reels. A lot of my generation, new generation, is obsessed with Reels. I feel you should just quit it right now and focus more on long format videos, that too, which are very targeted and focused to your area of interest.
Okay, that's how we conclude the rapid fire. Saurabh, thank you so much for giving us your time. It has been absolutely our pleasure to have you on the Curious Workforce. We have learned a lot. Trust me, like in this, I think 30-minute video, we have learned a lot, and I'm sure all of our viewers have. So thank you for the value that you've added to Curious.
Thank you, Celine, for having me, and thank you for being such a good host. You asked really good questions and you conducted the podcast really well. Congratulations to you and your team, and may you also scale new heights. Thank you so much.